What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here, where data empowers true potential and I show you the power of your numbers. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the struggles of reselling in 2020 and how you can overcome them to grow your business. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for joining. I am a reseller mainly on Poshmark and eBay. I dabble in some other places as well. I also am a mom of three at home right now, remote learning with 3 children, running this side hustle business. And then I also, as if it's not enough, have a degree in mathematics and have 3 dashboards available so that you can easily look at your numbers and be able to make business decisions. This channel is dedicated to helping you grow by looking at your numbers, figuring out your true potential, being able to maximize your potential by looking at those numbers and your data. All of the strategies that I provide for you are data-driven strategies based off of facts, and I go one step further and show you the data, show you my data, show you different data. You know, if we're looking at eBay, I'll show you eBay data as well, always based off of data and facts. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if this is content that you like. Give me a thumbs up on your way out as well. Today, I'm going to be talking about the hard truths of reselling in 2020, exciting things that can come out of it, and how to grow your business, but a couple of things that you need to stop doing. So let's get right into it. What do you need to stop doing? The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If you're doing things that you were doing pre-COVID and they're not working now, stop doing them. You cannot expect things that were working pre-COVID to be working now. Things have changed. A couple things, there's a huge laundry list. If it could happen in 2020, it's going to, right? Like no more big surprises. But a couple of big things. eBay reported in Q2 of 2020, so that's right when the pandemic happened, everything was shut down, right? They had more growth in that one quarter than they had in all 6 previous quarters. Like, that's a year and a half. That is ridiculous. More growth in one quarter than in the previous year and a half. That is super exciting as a reseller, right? It means way more buyers for us. However, it also means more sellers because people were losing their job. People are now trying to do a side hustle. Hey, I'm watching these YouTube videos and people can sell stuff out of their house. It also means the market is getting more saturated. You're having more competition. It also means that a lot of these newer sellers, they're just kind of doing it as a side hustle. And so if someone wants to pay them $5 for a jacket that they're not wearing anymore, they're going to take it. So this is going to be driving down your comps. It doesn't mean that you have to stop your business. It means that you need to know that so that you can pivot your business and figure out how to continue to make money based off of what the market is doing right now. Saying, hey, this would have sold for this price pre-COVID, things have changed and you need to pay attention to them. Something else that's happened, record unemployment. We've kind of rebounded a little bit, but we did hit a record unemployment this year. People lost their jobs. Things got shut down. The economy has been hit really hard. Like I said, we've started to recover a little bit, but COVID cases are going back up and who knows what that is going to bring. And so you have to be conscious of that. People don't have jobs. Like they're not spending how they were spending pre-COVID when everything was happy-go-lucky. And even if they do have jobs, they're going to be a little bit more fiscally responsible with their money because they don't know what the future is going to bring. And that comes into another thing that's going on right now in the United States, at least, is we have a very heated political election coming up. And any political election is going to cause a little bit of strain on the economy because it's uncertainty. So the economy, when people are uncertain about what's going to happen, they tend to hold on to their money a little bit more, right? Because they don't know what's going to happen. They want to make sure to have money available. And this year is even worse of a strain on the economy because not only do we have the pandemic going on, but then you also have a very heated election. I don't particularly care what side that you're on. This is not a political channel. That's not the purpose of this video, but you do need to pay attention to politics because they do impact the economy. A couple weeks ago, the president announced that they weren't going to do a stimulus until after the election, and within hours, the stock market had gone down 600 points. That's ridiculous. Politics impact the economy. You have to pay attention to it, whether you agree with what's going on or not. I'm not telling you to get into politics and not go down that route. I don't care what side you're on, but you do need to pay attention to what's going on because it is going to impact what is going to be happening. So I could go on and on. If it could happen in 2020, it has, you know, there was fires, that's going to impact. If people are evacuated from the houses, they're not spending money. There's lots of things that are going on in 2020. However, you can still grow your business. And I'm going to show you. Let me go ahead and show you my data. I have increased my gross revenue. I've tripled. I have tripled my gross revenue. So you can see this is the pandemic, March and April. This is low for me for a couple of reasons. One, a pandemic hit. I now have 3 children at home remote learning. We were also in the midst of moving, right? And so that impacted, and I was also working on a dashboard. So I was spending little time reselling. Those were some of my lowest months in the past year. However, based off of that, I've increased. I was down here around $2,000 a month, and now you can see my July, I hit almost $7,000 a month. I'm currently sitting at almost $8,000 a month. So I've almost quadrupled my business during a pandemic. It can happen. I'm not going to tell you, hey, don't do this, unless I know that it is actually working and I'm showing you. The other thing I want to say is I'm a mom of 3. I don't have 40 hours a week to do this. And so I get it. It's not, hey, it's working for you because you have all of this time. I don't. I have very limited time because I am a mom of 3 and all 3 of them are at home remote learning. And the other thing too is, I was gonna say something else. Now I don't remember, but it can happen. You can grow your business, but you have to be willing to look at what is working, look at what's not working, and be able to make changes based off of that. So I'm going to show you things that I've looked at. The purpose of this video is not necessarily to say, hey, Sarah did this, you need to go do this. It's to show you that it can be done and things that you can look at and how to look at your numbers, because that is going to drive business strategies and it is going to tell you what's working and what's not. The other thing I remembered, the other thing that I was going to say is I'm not a wise old reseller. I have been reselling for under 2 years. I will hit 2 years in December. So I've not been selling forever. I don't know all the Bolo brands. I don't have the best sourcing spots. I don't have a lot of time, and it can still be done. I also have only been on eBay consistently since the beginning of the year. So I've been on eBay less than a year, and I'm still able to bring in, hopefully I'll hit that $8,000 mark. I've sold 1,200 items, over 1,200 items so far this year. Reselling part-time with kids at home during a pandemic, it can happen. Like I said, I'm not showing you this to be like, hey, look at me, I'm so great, but I don't want to tell you what to stop doing and what to continue to do unless it actually works. So a couple things that I'm looking at. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I don't want this channel to be like, oh, Sarah did this, let me go do that. The purpose is to show you my numbers, show you what I'm looking at and how to decide if it's working or not. So I mentioned record unemployment, and also mentioned that eBay has more users. Poshmark has said the same. They have more users. Poshmark's trending report has actually, some of their brands that came out are very low-end brands that are their top trending brands. Like Wet Seal is like a mall brand, and Wet Seal in general is only like $30 for a t-shirt, maybe even less than that, and it's trending. So people are buying, but they're buying less. That means your average sale price is going down. Pay attention to this. People are sending lower offers. They want to be buying e-commerce. You know, people are on e-commerce. They don't want to be out in stores. They are buying, but be cognizant of what they're looking to buy. So categories that they're buying, and then also look at how much they are willing to spend. And I'll show you. I'm gonna take it back. If you're new to this channel, this is the Sarah Styles Sales and Trends Dashboard. This is for sale, www.sarahstylesllc.com. So you can look at all of this data as well. It is, you have your import file here, so you track and manage all your data, but then you can look at all the different platforms that you sell on. You just go in, when I purchase something, I enter in all the information, and then when I sell something, I update with, you know, what it sold for, where it sold, and stuff. It takes a few seconds for every item, but then I have these analytics available. So let's talk a little bit about average sale price. I'm going to scroll down here to my monthly summary. We're looking at September 2020. That's the last full month of data that I have. Like I said, I am a mom, so I am recording this, just full disclosure, on October 17th. Probably will take a week or two, maybe even 3, to get it uploaded on to YouTube. So the last full month of data that I have when I'm recording this is going to be September 2020. You can see my average sale price is $33.42. Let's go look at January, the beginning of the year. Pre-pandemic, what was my average sale price then? $40. It has gone down $7. That's a lot. And what's even crazier about this is it's not because I'm sourcing worse. I'm actually sourcing better as I learn more. However, because I have noticed this gradual trend over time, I am sourcing some lower average sale price items because I'm noticing that those are moving quicker. And I'm also working on strategies to increase my average sale price. So I have a course, I'm putting out a course, or it's already out depending on when you watch this video. And I talk about the golden formula for resellers. It's very simple. It's everything I base all of my strategies on. You have items that you sell, how many items that you sell, and how much you sell them out. That's how much money you make. That's it. Once you know that formula, it's endless. You can do all the things. So you have your sell-through rate, how many items that you're selling, and your average sale price. On average, how much are your items selling for? And in theory, if you increase one, typically the other one's going to decrease a little bit. So if you're increasing your average sale price, you're not going to be selling as much. And that makes sense because let's say a Louis Vuitton purse, not that I've ever sold one, but a Louis Vuitton purse, yes, is going to sell for $1,200 or something ridiculous, but not everyone's going to be buying them. So it's probably going to be selling much slower than if you were selling wet seal tops for $10, right? Because people will spend $10 quickly. They won't spend $1,200 quickly, and you don't even have the same market. Most people don't have $1,200 to spend on a purse, right? And so it just means that you have to pay attention. My average sale price has been declining, which means that I am working on strategies to increase my sell-through rate. It doesn't mean that's what you have to be doing, but once you understand the numbers behind this, you can start to mess with the numbers to hit that gross revenue that you want to hit. If you like this kind of content and you want to dig deeper strategies on what specifically I'm doing, I've put out an eBay video recently on how I'm increasing my sell-through rate on eBay. So check that one out for sure. Make sure to hit that subscribe and give me a like if you do like this content. So ASP is going down. Let's also talk a little bit about sourcing. Sourcing has completely changed. You cannot expect, like I said, things have changed. You cannot expect the same results pre-COVID as you had post-COVID, right? And sourcing is a huge thing, right? Let me move this a little bit so you guys can see. Sourcing, not only things have changed sourcing-wise, right? Like when the pandemic hit, everything shut down. So you couldn't even source in the store, thrift stores, bins, if you wanted to. And then they slowly started opening up. My thrift stores have completely changed their pricing and their inventory. They don't have enough people to continue to stock it to the full capacity. We have a lot of resellers where I'm at, and so the inventory just isn't the same as what it was before. Going to the bins, it's much more time consuming because they only let you in for 2 hours and then you have to wait. So things have changed. Had we looked at this graph, so we are looking at one full year. So if you looked at this graph a year ago, I would have only had thrift stores and bins. That's where I sourced. That's what I was doing. Things were working well. Pandemic hit. You got to change your strategy. I couldn't source at the thrift store anymore. So I did add in a couple of things. I added in online sourcing. I purchased stuff from my cousin's boutique, which she asked me a year and a half ago, and I told her, no, thrift stores are doing good. I don't want to. I had no inventory, and I was like, okay, let me try it. I mess around with having someone purchase inventory and I buy it from them, garage sales, reseller. But I mean, this list is endless. And now I'm looking at, so I have about, 6 months worth of data, and I'm consciously making decisions of what is working for me. Are thrift stores, are the bins worth my time? It now takes me double the amount of time at the bins because I have to wait. There's usually a line. I actually haven't been back. This is what people have told me, but bins are now taking me longer to source at, and I'm making one of the lowest profits there. That is not worth my time. I am not going to increase my profits if I'm making less money and doubling my time. It's not going to work. However, my sell-through rate for the bins is higher, one of the highest. So if I'm working on increasing my sell-through rate, that may be a sourcing place that that I should go to, right? So my point of this is not necessarily what I am going to do. I do more specific videos on sourcing. Specifically, you know, I purchased a pallet. Is that working for me? And a little bit more in-depth videos on how to source to resell. But I want to show you, like, you have to be able to look at your numbers to drive these decisions, try a different sourcing spot, and then look and see if it's working. If it's not working, stop doing it. The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and not getting different results. If something's not working, stop. The other thing is platforms. So up here you can see this is all in the analytical, the sales and trends dashboard. It is a one-time fee. You have access to it. You can look at all kinds of different scenarios. You are in charge of your data. So this is the platforms. When COVID hit, I was mainly on Poshmark. I kind of dabbled in eBay, but I didn't have a death pile. So I literally had nothing to list. I was cross-listing. I was like, I have nothing to list. Let me get list perfectly and cross-list, and I will put it on all of the places. I quickly learned that cross-listing to all of the places was not for me. It was spreading me too thin. There is not a perfect platform, and there's not a platform that you don't have to work, right? They all work in different ways. Poshmark, you know, works differently than eBay. eBay, you have to learn a little bit more. Shipping is more difficult, all of that. Again, I have other videos that go more specific into that. And the purpose isn't to tell you which one is best for you. It's to tell you that you need to figure out which one is best for you. This chart will tell me what my average sale price is compared on all of the platforms, how they're performing compared to each other. This is ridiculous because I didn't really start making money on eBay consistently until May, and I am only $3,000 behind on Poshmark. So this is telling me eBay is working for me. Stop putting time. I only have limited time. I'm a mom of 3. I only have limited time. Stop putting so much time into Poshmark, put it into eBay, put it into other places that are making you money. I would have never known that had I not looked at these numbers. The other thing too, I'm going to do a video, or I've already done a video depending on when I get things released. So keep an eye out for it. ThreadUp. I've started. ThreadUp is all the rage right now on social media. It's this easy platform. You don't have to do anything. You'll make so much money. That's not the case for anything. If there was one platform that you had to do nothing and make all the money, there wouldn't be over 20 platforms. Like, if there was one platform that was easy and we could all make all the money, we would all be there and not on other platforms. There's pros and cons to it. One of the cons being, look at these fees. It's consignment. They're taking a large portion of your fees. Is that worth it? It is my lowest profit. That may be worth it for you, but looking at these numbers to decide what to do. I'm currently putting most of my time into eBay. I'm maybe slightly $1 less on eBay, so I'm working on strategies to kind of increase my profits on eBay. But my sell-through rate on eBay, I mean, I've made almost as much in 5 months as the whole year on Poshmark, right, on eBay. So that's something that's working for me. I'm not telling you go on eBay. I don't really care. You have to figure out what works for you, but you need to figure it out. If you are strictly a Poshmark person and you're like, I'm not making sales, let me continue what I was doing in January and continue to say I'm not making sales, you got to change something. The other reason, I'm going to touch on the other reason that I also chose eBay. I do what works for you, but it did take me probably a good 8 months before I was getting consistent sales on eBay. And they really didn't start to happen until Chris from Daily Refinement started working with me, and we kind of cracked the eBay. I cracked the eBay code algorithm and finally started getting consistent sales. The one thing that I did notice, and I was like, let me try this out and see if it works, and I stuck with it for so long on eBay, is I noticed that the majority of full-time resellers, most of the people on YouTube talking about reselling, are on eBay. It's the biggest platform. It has the best tools and analytics. It may not be the best place for you. You may not want all that. You have to be consistent. If you're not consistent and you're not full-time, it may not be for you. But you need to figure out what is working for you. and stop doing things that are not working. And the only way that you're going to, looking at your numbers is going to help you figure out what is not working. So again, 2020 is a complete disaster, right? But you can grow your business. Hopefully this month I hit that $8,000. I am halfway into the month and I'm already at 7,000. So I think I'll get there. So I have quadrupled my gross income during a pandemic. And it's not because I've been reselling forever. It's not because people are giving me items. It's not because I know all the BOLO brands. I've been reselling for under 2 years. I have 3 children. So I am spending less time on reselling now than I was pre-pandemic when 2 of my kids were in school. And I had babysitters. No one has watched my kids in 6 months. That's a lie. Grandma took them to a park once. So me and my husband can have like a half-hour conversation without kids around. But I have less time reselling and I have almost quadrupled my income. And that is because I am looking at I'm paying attention to what's going on and I am pivoting my business as needed. So drop notes down below. Let me know what you guys are doing to pivot your business, things that you're noticing in the business as well. I am not the end all be all, and that is not the purpose of this. The purpose of this channel is to grow and learn together. I want to help show you numbers to look at, how to strategically look at numbers to help grow your business and make the money that I know that you can make. So drop those notes down below. If you did like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure to share it with your friends as well and save it to come back in case you have questions in the future. So have a good day.